Let's dive into a breakthrough that connects artificial intelligence with the trillions of bacteria living inside your gut. It turns out that AI might be the key to unlocking personalized medicine by decoding the complex signals between our microbiome and our brain. Researchers have developed a new AI system called Vbase MM that maps how specific gut bacteria affect our health with unprecedented accuracy by separating real biological signals from statistical noise. This technology paves the way for treatments tailored specifically to your unique internal ecosystem, moving us away from guesswork and towards precision health. Everybody's talking about gut health. John, what do you think about this?
Everyone's talking about gut health. And the thing that they're talking about now is that your gut is essentially your second brain. And it's so complex. And there's so much. There are so many diseases, so many ailments and things that are tied to gut health, which is crazy. And I've been learning about it through my supplement protocol and all that. It's crazy. So this AI system called Variational Bayesian Microbiome Multiomics, Vbase MM, I'm going to refer to it as. So it can finally decode that secret language between gut bacteria and human health. So think of it like this. Your gut, it's a bustling metropolis. There's over 100 trillion bacterial residents in your gut and more than triple the number of human cells in your entire body. Okay? That's crazy. So these microscopic inhabitants are constantly producing chemical messages called metabolites that influence everything from your immune system to your mood and even brain function. And so like you touched on, the challenge has been trying to understand the conversation in a crowded stadium where thousands of different speakers are talking simultaneously in different languages. And so traditionally, analysis methods couldn't reliably distinguish between meaningful biological relationships from random statistical noise. And so this new AI system, it acts like a translator that not only identifies which bacteria are saying what, but also measures how confident we can be in those translations. And when they tested it on real patient data from studies on obesity, sleep disorders, and cancer, Vbase MM consistently outperformed existing methods and identified specific bacterial families that aligned with known biological processes. So this breakthrough is awesome because it could lead to personalized treatments where doctors could potentially grow specific bacteria to produce beneficial metabolites or design targeted therapies based on an individual's unique microbial fingerprint. I think this is another huge breakthrough because there's so much about the gut that we don't understand, that we're just starting to understand. I think this is that breakthrough that's going to help us cross that barrier. What do you think?
This is great. I hope it is the breakthrough that helps us cross that barrier. And I liked your analogy, 100 trillion people all shouting at once and stuff and trying to make the noise. When I read this, I was thinking it's like the superhero first gains his hearing powers and he just hears everything all the time and it can't figure out what's going on. And then eventually figures it out. It can narrate in on each voice and find out what's happening and know that. So scientists now have that capability to narrow in on each of those and saying, oh, this is what's happening here and this is what's happening here, and figure all that out with this new system versus it just being a bunch of noise and we're trying to guess at what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing about this is that one of the most significant advantages of this is that its ability to handle and communicate uncertainty, which means that it provides researchers with trustworthy insights that acknowledge the limitations of the current knowledge rather than making overconfident predictions. I think that's key to talk about because it's not just a yes man. It's not just, it's understanding the limitations of the current knowledge. So the traditional machine learning approaches, they would often produce deterministic outputs that can mislead researchers into believing relationships are more certain than the data actually supports. But the Bayesian framework, that inherently models uncertainty, which is critical because it allows researchers to discern not only the presence, but also the reliability of inferred relationships. And that's crucial because of, like we said, over 100 trillion users in your gut, right?
Yeah, I've seen so many startups come about, you swab your stomach, or you give them a sample of your stool, or send off this or send off that, and they tell you what's going wrong, and they give you supplements or probiotics or whatever, and they're thriving. The problem is that, they don't scale very well, and we really still don't know what's going on. I think this is going to change that, where we're going to get precision probiotics instead of generic yogurt. We could take a pill containing exact bacteria your body lacks for a specific issue, like you're saying. Personalized diets that could receive a food plan designed to feed specific good bacteria in your gut to treat sleep disorders or obesity. Better disease detection. They could scan your gut bacteria to detect early signs of cancer or diabetes before symptoms appear. This is currently in the research phase, but it's been validated in studies. It's just not yet a consumer product. So we expect widespread adoption will take several years due to the need for regulatory approval and integration into the healthcare systems.
Yeah. But the timing of this, it coincides with explosive growth in gut-brain axis research, and particularly regarding the autism spectrum disorder, ASD, and other neurological conditions. So what's crazy is that recent studies have found that children with ASD have distinct differences in gut microbiota composition compared to neurotypical siblings, with 8 bacterial genetic sequences more likely to be present and 3 sequences less likely in autism cases. So the gut-brain axis represents a bidirectional communication network where bacterial metabolites can influence brain function within milliseconds. And that could potentially modulate sensory cells that are just 2 synapses away from brain processing centers. That is what's crazy about this, is that your gut can influence your brain, and that's crazy.
Yeah, more and more the science and studies have come to prove that now, that it has a huge impact, and it has a huge impact on your sleep. So there's, it's like, what was that old saying from Heroes? Save the cheerleaders, save the world, save your gut, save your life. Maybe we should be thinking about now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So we are ready. Are we ready to let AI analyze our gut for a custom health plan, or is it a little too close for comfort? Let me know what you think. We'll be watching this technology closely as it moves from lab to the clinic, but would you sign up for this? And how much would you pay for something like this? Overall, if they're sending you probiotics and medicine and stuff, do you think this is going to be a $50 plan, a $100 plan, a $500 plan per month? What's this going to look like? Let us know your comments. What do you got going on, John?
Yeah, just gearing up. Is this coming out in December?
Yeah, December, might even be January now, actually.
Okay, gearing up for the holidays or gearing down from the holidays. So planning out my next few months and, ramping up for shred season. How about you, Craig?
Well, we're wrapping up 2025 and planning 2026, so this is probably too late for the Startup Investor Drinks and Flowgrammer events in December, but take a look for them in January. There's always stuff going on. Check out torontostarts.com for our startup and business-related events and resources, and check out flowgrammer.ca for our business and AI automation information if you're looking for that. And if you're a builder in Toronto and you want to join the Flowgrammer Builders Club, head over to flowgrammers.ca. That website is live now. Go check it out. Join us. And at our live events, we do online stuff. We do live office hours every week. Go over there and sign up. There's downloaded workflows and tools you can test and play with. So check all that stuff out. But John, if people are looking for non-dilutive funding, where do they go?
Yeah, come find me on LinkedIn. I've got a link. You can book some time with me or send me a message so that we can have a conversation first. But find me on LinkedIn, John Irwin, no H. But if you need help with your business overall with your startup, how do they get in touch with you, Craig?
Head over to startupcoach.ca or torontostarts.com. and just book a call with me and get a discovery call, find out what's going on and get you motivated. If you're not interested in that, come out to one of our events, talk to other founders and whatnot, and just talk to people. It really is, knowing that you're not alone can motivate you a lot. But other than that, give us a call or book a meeting over at torontostarts.com. And thanks everyone for listening or watching, and hope to talk to you again soon.